Allora, a posto. Mi metto nel lato giusto. Se mi ricordo. Nice. Ah già. Allora mi metto la chat di qua. Dovrebbero esserci rumori o casini molesti, quindi chiedo scusa. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. Nice. Mi triggera questo. Ciao signorina. Ah, prima che scorra il tempo, per carità. Come stai? Non sono abituata a usare l'altro monitor per queste cose. Infatti è tutto sbilenco. Ma di testa a parte, mi spiace. Faccio compagnia, io so che deve venire. Va bene? Meno male. Sono comportati bene al lavoro? Ci spero sempre. So che sono stronzi. Domani è venerdì. Vieni qua. Adesso ci sono le zone. Yeah. Ma te... Minchia mi lagga la tastiera. Prima ho fatto molto, va meglio, meglio, che te frega. Ciao M, ciao Eli. Come stai? Ah, potrei anche dovermi alzare. Quindi se avviso. Sono tra una via di mezzo tra poliziotto superstar e un mix tra poliziotto, scusa poliziotto, e noioso. E sono molto comunista. Ah già, sì, 3 persone. Stai bene la giornata di merda o perché stai male? Fisicamente sto bene. Il resto che è un po' rotto. È molto rotto. Ho visto che qua non c'è una quest che avevo nella mia partita vecchia. Insisto per non tenerti sempre la mente lì. Infatti, è vero che io aspettavo tanto sto giorno, tipo, dai, posso giocare il mio gioco. Evviva. No, lo so, lo so, lo so. No, ma è stata una lunga giornata. E probabilmente anche domani e dopodomani. Ubi! Ciao! Come stai? Vediamo come va. Cioè, mi manca la quest del piscio.
Ubibol Shield X10.
Funzionano. Ho dovuto toglierli ieri. Grazie, grazie infinite. Benaccio, dai, meglio. Io preferisco non parlarne. Credo no, non ho parlato con lui, sono sicura.
Yes?
Non ho parlato mai con te. Sono una merda.
What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, The RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez.
No, ma io
An
sono fatta
anonymous
così, è
caller said
difficile
there was a dead
farmi...
body
Non ti
behind the
preoccupare.
Warning and Rags hostel cafeteria.
Difficile
The
farmi...
cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the... They didn't identify themselves in any way. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. And no, it's not a part. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath.
Ah sì, vuoi sticare...
I just don't see the case
Vuoi
getting more
sticare...
mysterious than that.
Aspetta, tipo... In realtà... Libertà estrema. Vediamo. Ah, continua a rompermi i timpani, mi sa se lo muovo. Sto ferma, va. Così... Speravo di essere più di buon umore per giocarci, onestamente. Quanto è bello quel magari.
I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of real.
The gesture resembles an orchestra so desperately mundane. You need to funk this case. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing
Ah,
competition.
eccolo, sì, la cosa del piscio. Questo devo sbloccare.
His disdain is clear.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. Better still than an imbecile cop-up. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about? Good.
Questo... Ah sì, la svolta sexy, ma non ce la farò mai.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just...
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of... Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use
Questo
the radio
in 3
like Kinema
minuti.
to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation. That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite...
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to...
He's glad to have shut down your question.
Questo non mi risponderà mai.
No.
Giustamente.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Volevo fare la prima.
Lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside...
The lieutenant produces his... That's where his conversations with himself. We all have our different mediums. You're super lucid. yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your
Elettrochimica, ma vai a dormire per favore.
Let's change the subject.
coach physical instrument.
Oh,
Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot-put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's leg day. Straighten your rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take your shirt off, Namby. Your skins.
nice. Fare questi tre. Oh, ok, perfetto. Ah, giusto, giusto. Questa cosa l'avevo fatta nella mia partita la prima volta. Andare a parlare con quello stronzo in cima. Parliamo con lo stronzo in cima, va. È un altro tipo iper razzista. Ma se ho il bonus quello... Mm. Mm.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger. Because you are... What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
È che al campeggio mi hanno detto se vedi un animale più grosso di te, fatti ancora più grosso. Non ha funzionato.
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears grows.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your
Riferisce
throat.
all'alcol.
You cannot see it.
Come tanto lei se ne
Others
fotte?
can. It
Che
is
sono ste
making the
affermazioni?
woman-
Avevo il caps aperto. Porca troia, maledetta bastarda. Fanculo la vita. A posto. Non me la maltrattare, no. Chi mi dà pure così grave?
It's not good.
Pure.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Ah, perché sono... In realtà sono anni. Sono anni che ho alcolizzato. Per Questo tipo fa così fatica a far tutto.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B. Jerking motions. Signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder.
La Madonna, faccio
How
così
far
schifo.
the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemian. You will be super.
It is, baby, yeah.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from. That is right. You should leave the stage of his. Bring your troops to the Simonine Island. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the oaths to homosexuality. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. You're petulant in... Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
Tanto per deludere ancora di più.
Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. There is no life. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory. What you need is to come to terms with extinction.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the drop. Your silence betrays your...
No, tranquillo.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just...
Her voice is...
Got it.
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs now, what else? I'm not a brain doctor.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you, or...
Firewalker? Oh, do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep dive. I'm the most serious person. Hard to tell exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of peripheral no, or actually, it could be. Yep. Yes, positive thinking.
He sounds very careless about it all. You're detecting very little.
Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact,
Oh, but speed. Sweet speed. It goes so well with...
and you survived it. Even better. Anything else? What? You want me to do blood work for you again? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home.
So it's political. You're being neglected because of...
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has...
It's not fucking cryo-acta-latte. It's super glue, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set. There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy.
You find your hands deep in tattered...
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your...
No luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy.
You see a Samarran street vendor surrounded by a the name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, yes. You got style. You like premium menswear. Look around.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Only the coolest goods in rep. I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources. Good joke, officer.
You glance around the decrepit buildings.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its...
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of...
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the Gossamer state. Yeah, that's the main thing about no need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Anything for you. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares? Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais from the Seaguy
Questo
province
qua.
of the Serais Empire.
The apricot suzerainty is what the Seaguy archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
No, apricots come from Seaguy. My grandma used to grow them. But Seaguy is a shit. Speaking of, why not?
Well, if it's for his grandma, you should buy a lot of things.
Povera nonna svantaggiata. Non è che è bianco, però.
There's a pile of
You like sunglasses of?
abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face.
Damn, officer! You look like.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot. It's going to be very difficult for anyone.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Non lo so.
No, I can't. We can't walk around with you looking like this. Okay, fine. Go ahead. If you want to look like a walking midlife crisis, then who am I to interfere?
Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resist.
Che culo.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and...
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 riyal.
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Mi ha una percezione più impero che letto. Pure più elettrochimica. Vabbè, tanto rimangono qua. Questo è perché è bloccata l'altra area della
Evening,
mappa.
officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock.
Prova.
I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
Qui. Non si vede, ma è qua dove sono io, ma mortacci. Mortacci al cazzo.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls, waving it.
Very good stuff. Anything I can
Tranquil.
do for you, officer? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire
Che
tracks on that
spodestata,
sign.
mannaggia.
Weird, huh? Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a
Il
waterlock.
salame.
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
A questo punto prometto di spostarmi. Nessun problema, mettiti comoda.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out.
Sto andando un po' veloce perché sono quasi fatta sera e mi manca ancora roba da
A
fare.
couple of This panel usually closes the waterlock.
Tirala.
You pull the lever all the way up and nothing happens.
Ok, dava fastidio che... Spingi più forte.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of... The spring brings the lever back to its... Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on...
Quanto pare ce l'ho da aspettare. Questa cosa qua degli orari. Cazzo, per caricare un negozio.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others
Proviamo.
in rags, others yet in bright. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers?
Oh, that's the headless phone
Non
rider.
era successo la prima volta questo. Però l'avevo sbagliato di brutto.
The headless phone rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets
Ma che
of
figo.
50 cents, bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's
Poi
looking
lo
for
prendo.
it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Mi sa che lo dicendo per dire.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are various.
Ah, c'è sta giacca del signore.
Swords and rifles with bait.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. Maybe.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and tape. The light pole has been carefully cut, and this would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer.
His manner is casual.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city. You have to admit it's rather clever.
700 real.
Ma la madonna,
bargain,
di
I
che
dare
fatto.
say. The light has undergone well, there are the cost of removal and the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary.
Okay, that checks out.
Ma mai nella vita. Ma mai nella vita.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big just make sure it works before you buy it.
Sì, che utile, zitto.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all absolutely. I've tested each
Costa
one myself
tanto,
with
se più
recordings
la
of
riesco.
speech, found sounds, and if police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that.
Me lo devo ricordare.
It's not often that I see office. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector. Just watching them.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some.
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come through here. Local. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. If you don't mind, please.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Questo qua ce l'avevo più alto nella partita precedente. È bianco? Per rifarlo. Non lo sbaglierà sicuramente.
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it. A guarded man like him.
Let me have a look.
Ah, sì, puoi fargliela vedere.
Jean-Baptiste's summer dinghy rates is 31. So, what do you want to know?
Ma mai nella vita.
I can give you 320 for it. A pin from 31 ought to be priced.
Me la riprendo.
So,
Vestiti?
I'm not purchasing any
Niente.
more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
In realtà non c'ho... E a parte che c'hai un prezzo nell'inventario. Che è successo? Che ha combinato?
Another time, perhaps. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Noi stiamo mangiando, sente gli odori e si avvicina da solo.
I do my best to
Sta sulla
keep my
sedia
distance
accanto a
from all
me
manner
e mi
of
fissa da
bushkilling.
vicino.
Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same
Attenzione.
question.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another.
Mi sono venduto la pistola.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you
Abbastanza
were
fatto.
undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol
Mettendo
Citizens Militia.
mettendo cibo nella ciotolina viene a mangiarmi dal piatto mentre verso. Se nessun cibo è involved scappa appena lo guardo. Ma si sta trovando un pochino meglio, ma parlo per entrambi.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop.
He's not telling you the whole story.
You weren't quiet. You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat
Sì,
to
a
your
parte che quella
life
sera
and
continuava a minacciarsi
that you can't
di
trust yourself
suicidarsi.
with it tonight.
Talmente
And that you
tanto
need
che
the
aveva
money.
traumatizzato quella ragazza.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then
Cosa hai
I
fatto con la
agreed to
pistola?
take it.
Very normal behavior. You must have been in great shape.
$15 real.
Mamma mia.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back. There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice.
L'Emilia in generale. Io, cioè sì, ma non da te. Come lo sai? Aspetta. Sono contenta che va meglio. Te l'ho detto, era un pensiero, però non volevo stare lì a... Poi un'altra cosa stupidina.
It certainly
Ops.
does, especially in Revachol.
Mi è
She
partito
didn't
l'invio,
seem
mannaggia.
like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd.
C'erano tipo delle robe che volevo
I found her
mandarti
interest
sui
in the
amici,
gun a
cose
bit
così. Però
obsessive,
mi sentivo in
but I was
colpa.
just happy
Perché
to get
non...
rid of it. And, truth be told,
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia.
Sì, c'è
and
qualcuno in
now
giro con la mia
civilian-
pistola.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal.
Una delle
what's
sue
happening
fanpack,
inside.
ovviamente. Vigilante. Una mia fanpack, niente.
In that case, she'll be happy to get a visit from us, if we can find her.
my apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about.
Of course.
Ok, sono già le 21, non so se dovrei già andare a riposare. Devo fare il briefing. Dopo le 20... Ah, questo posso farlo dopo da solo. Mi ricordo se Kim va già a dormire a quest'ora o meno. Mi ricordo proprio.
Yes? Excuse me?
Stai rovinando il mio stile, ma perché?
You have a distinctive way. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial
Ah
observation.
sì,
In the
cammina in
57th,
si
we
cammina in
call it
maniera
a jammer
strana,
shuffle.
in maniera
They say it's a
diversa.
scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
He simply nods.
Non so se fare adesso il ricapitolo. Oppure andare a vedere per... Che roba qua? Ah, a proposito. Perché sento puzza di bottiglie. Oh. Allora, per andare in appartamento... Apro una cosa. Lunedì. Che volta dopo le 21? Vabbè, è un po' troppo... Forse tipo pure le 22, però mi sa. Non so quanto sia preciso. Questo indicamente... indicativamente. Non so parlare. Era...
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. No one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
Ah,
Tomorrow at
domani.
9 p.m.
Ok, no, quello sono scema io, scusa.
Are you okay?
Ahimè no. Bentornato che... Non so se... Ma tecnicamente certe cose, infatti, sai cosa può fare lui? Sfonda la porta e basta. Fatevi un caffè intanto che torna, potevamo farlo. Per certe cose te lo fanno fare. Cioè, sfonda e basta. Altra cosa ti può pure aiutare Kim. Come stai tu? Preferirei evitare la domanda. Da qua dove si esce? Ah, sì, dal... Dove c'è il... Adesso posso entrare da lì? C'era il giardinetto, quello dove è morto, dove c'era impiccato e c'era poi il pezzettino. Penso sia lì. Per forza. È uno shortcut, non lo sapevo. Prendete in pausa dallo studio. Non ne posso più allucinante. Vedi come sei messo con... Io no, non me ne intendo. Sono ancora qui a perso i cadaveri, sti bambini. Ma perché l'ho curato? Tanto fra un po' dormiva. Efficiente. Hai fatto bene comunque, mi spiace che sono... sei così. Ti faccio compagnia, sono abbastanza depressa in fatto di studio. Mannaggia a me che l'ho curato, non c'era bisogno. Ah, mo c'è disco disco. Non sbaglio la sera. Perché devo dare 3 esami, domani una revisione, si decide il voto, ma non voglio andare perché la revisione l'hai già fatta. Perché devi... l'hai già fatta.
Hello again, sweetie. I hope you were able to pawn that old...
Non ridiamo
thank you, dear.
assolutamente.
Even the lieutenant seems happy with this.
Now, what else, sweetie?
Io adoro sta musica. Ma si ciulla tutto, che te ne frega. Aspetta, mezzo alla pista da ballo.
Yes? What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want... 3 days ago, during that time,
Perché
the victim
prof è
had been stripped of his
un...
belongings.
un
The caller did
Dalmont.
not
L'ho
identify
letto
him,
malissimo.
but used the word lynching.
Ah, è
There is
bipolare.
an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock
Tutto rispetto
workers
per
and the
tutti
logistics
i...
company Wild Pines.
proprio
Our strategy
strunz.
could approach the death as
Si
part of
gira
this
così.
dispute.
Mi ricorda qualcuno.
A security guard or worker of some sort. They didn't identify themselves. There's a strong prejudice. That's us.
Faccio un po' di giro
The
di...
Rebel Citizens Militia. That's right. Good.
Io posso andare a dormire e basta. Cioè, non so se posso girare di più. Mi mancherebbe parlare con alcuni camionisti qua a destra del locale e dovrei sbloccare un'altra missione con la signorina al porto. Tecnicamente. Ce la faccio. Cioè, è che non so se è lì lei. Andiamo. Ciao, buonasera. Tutto bene? Mi farò un check al porto, anche se mi sa che non c'è più lei. Poi devo aspettare la mattina. Sarei calabrese, ma sono di Milano. No, non ho niente di milanese. Ciao signorina. Messa comoda? E tu hai i superpoteri. E tipo i super sensi. Mica c'è. Non la vedo ancora. E vai.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day.
Hello!
Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Bentornato. Come stai? Brutto culo. In che senso indica a Cindy il culo? Ah, no, aspetta la tizia. Mamma mia. Facciamo questa.
It
Ovvio che
remains a
la
mystery
fallisce, però.
what you mean by this something
Tanto è
close.
bianco, si può
This
rifare.
isn't about you. It's about reality.
Sempre bello, però.
A strange coldness comes over you as you
Poi gli
look at
metto
the
il
world.
controllo.
The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all.
The girl in the old lady rags? Ah, yes. There's something very satisfying about glad to have been of assistance.
Uscita qua. Ah, no, giusto che vuole... Ma ce l'ho il badge adesso, sbaglio. No, forse ho trovato sulla mia cartella, non ho il... Cioè... Ah già, c'avevo sto coso. Sono confusa.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
È rosso.
Of course. The situation is extreme.
Vabbè, fa niente. Quelli bianchi posso anche cazzeggiare, ma quelli rossi... È divertente farlo sbagliare, ma... Meglio non fa troppi casini. Non muovevo un personaggio con il mouse da una vita. Cioè cliccando sul terreno. Ti ricordi? Mandiamolo a Nan. Ma prima disturbo il manager. Non è barista, lui è manager.
Can I help you?
Depresso a merda. Non subito.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray.
Perché sei così?
Light it up and smoke the living shit out. The living shit. Your mezzo. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the
L'ognomo.
You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Ma che schifo. Che ce l'ho come missione? Ah no, giusto. Non sono mai andata qua con lui.
Yes?
Mi sa che si deve dire in un'altra maniera. Il gioco ho messo mio Summer Game Fest. Ma adesso ne hanno fatto uno tipo che come Genshin ma nello spazio. È quello? Che lo stava provando il mio ragazzo.
This is the door to the room you...
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier.
No, mi ricordavo che andavamo fatti sul balcone.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is
Anche la
silent for a
signorina.
moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Sai che si è crashato. Tipo ho caricato prima il dialogo ma non la mappa.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM? I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's...
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Poi stanno facendo in America, il problema è che è quello stile che ricorda Jet Set Radio dal trailer. No, spara tutto quel che sembra, ma molta paura conoscendo la casa. Ai 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 ai. Così, ve lasciamo stare.
This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and analysis.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose
Un fattore cool.
This man relishes his cool.
I apologize, but I only broke... Yes. It's been... Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we... And there's still much to do at the...
He would have put all of this more harshly, but he doesn't want you to feel completely discouraged. Probably because he's afraid that you'll just give up.
I look forward to that. As for the interview, we weren't able to find the union leader, Evrat Claire, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation... Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
Ma questo cambia se davvero mi metto a correre parecchio nel gioco.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
Sono così alte le tue scarpe?
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Ti voglio bene.
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebashol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real. The RCM's primary role is to ensure, yes, although indirectly, officers of the RCM have. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary. And strongly admonish, you have to supply compelling evidence
sì,
for
non è
why
che
it was
poi-
necessary to use lethal force. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records. Yes, the international community's mission. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt, or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Rebashol or the coalition government. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the Moralintern leases us the right to keep the peace in this. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is... What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day for Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can get
Something kind and usual. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
a historic figure, the author of the modern age. You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The Moralintern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it does.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue...
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. Do you?
Organizzazione borghese del mondo che protegge i diritti dei borghesi.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Then you will adore Martinez. For many of these people, the Union especially, vigilantes is
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant...
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen bit. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go. Yes?
Allora. Aspetta, stavo pensando di fare pensieri. Ah, c'è questo. Quanti ne ho da... Ah no, solo questi. Cosa fa questo? Mm. Aspetta, non mi ispirano molto da fare questi. Notte notte. Mia cravatta, ce la farò a prenderla.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One end. The switch must be broken. The lights are on.
Warfare. Ah, ok, giusto, giusto, giusto.
The bed is cold and not
Oh.
particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Questa è una delle mie parti preferite. Mi ha coinvolte nella maniera più sexy probabilmente. Io adoro queste cose.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
È proprio bella bella.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin.
Ha uno so che tipo Silent Hill, è molto introspettiva sta parte, quando vuoi riposare. Particolare.
And then sleep doesn't come. And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you, something to do with. What was it that the lieutenant said? Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep, and images start forming.
Quanto è bello.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. What, tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are... No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And Every single one of them. You really fucked up. No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy. Yes, wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse. You don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It's power, man. Of course, Martinez, you and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come.
Oh boy.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night.
Okay, cool.
It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty. Just like one loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't men who drink beer for breakfast. A lot of things point to the dock workers union. That's not a lot of things. That would just escalate tensions. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives. One more thing before we do. We don't have
But aren't you curious to know what they have to say?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just the union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is some...
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. That's just it. You have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist, but they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast.
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life. Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless...
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the others...
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly...
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting. Oh, you're such a dear. Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but...
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine you.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are... You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
We don't have time for cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
Oh dear, I'm not sure. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always...
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish...
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook.
One other thing. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious smiles. By a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident. We hit it off and...
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But...
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Voglio sapere dell'insetto.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically. Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself, hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoology.
It's not made up, officer. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishments... Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed. Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with... Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description...
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes...
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. Not at all. Why else would it? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets in. Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very. Morel can explain it all much better.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry
No.
cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official,
No.
shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything. Of course you are. It's okay.
Madonna,
See
sono
if you can
io.
get something out of this, like info, or that won't happen.
Madonna, sono io. Autocritica rigorosa. Sei un misero pezzo di merda, un poliziotto penitente, un poliziotto monaco flagellante. Questa non è la giusta linea di lavoro per te? Dovresti strisciare i piedi di un signore feudale, fornire luride prove contro te stesso in un processo madoviano, o strapparti la carne dalla schiena con un gatto a 9 code. Qualunque cosa ti abbia reso così, puoi essere veramente sicura che sia stata tua la colpa. Critica davvero che lo sa? Di scoprire qualcosa di importante dal tuo passato pieno di sensi di colpa. Mio Dio, sta parlando di me. Quanto può andare male? Posso fare così o non vanno d'accordo? Facciamo così. Andiamo a fare a botte. Oh no.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching our syrupy and attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there. Not thinking about drinking. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade.
Posso un pochino.
Or calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window. Then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter. But
what are you doing? We should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for.
Che figura di merda.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are?
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
That's right. I am not a gardener.
Ma guarda, te in realtà un consulente legale.
Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information? That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal... What you want is of no significance, officer. What are we going to do? The Union isn't going to do.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the aggressive. You make your living enforcing violence.
So you were spying on us, and now you...
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob. enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Let's.
This is where you say your bed.
Bellissima sta frase.
Detective.
Oh, this is about him.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and...
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't...
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
No. I see here. You got business with my boy.
He understood what you were doing.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy!
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Ma che cazzo.
Easy, fellas. We got company.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good pic of the actors here. You could take another look.
The pretty boy. You guys really love.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Well, maybe you should just fuck off then.
Don't worry. We are resourceful. We'll find a good topic for us to discuss.
Incriminating. Now, well...
Don't worry.
Ok.
We are resourceful.
Andata bene. La coda era più drammatica quando l'ho fatta la prima volta.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window.
Puttana
The hawthorn
eroico.
branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman.
Dopo un'ora e mezza. Grande Twitch. Oh, questa signora.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman,
Looking for something to read. It is. I know you are. What with?
Io adoro come inizia sta questo.
her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now? Out.
Where is this going, officer?
Lasciami fare.
Yes, but... No. Why are we still talking about this?
She has, though. The husband is totally lost.
What? Who said anything about shame? Stop my husband? No, he's not. I don't know.
Where is this going?
Yes, but no. Why are we still...
She has, though.
What? Who said anything about shame? Stop talking. No, absolutely not. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are not missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home.
Ma sei fissato.
Given the ladder of vices.
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down...
She's getting upset. Her voice has risen.
They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now. My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing?
Did someone say party? You could use a party. Hunt it down.
There is no investigation here. I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you...
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this.
Ma siamo
It's
sicuri?
better to indulge.
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what? Even if I had, great. Nothing. Go read up on them if you're...
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your
Wonderful. The store is open.
The woman before you, not...
Le cose importanti. Ah, provo la porta. Non l'avevo provata l'altra volta, mi sa. Mi ricordo se era rosso o bianco. Che c'è la porta questo di... Non so se è un ex negozio, quello che è. Insomma, tipo un ex salone di bellezza, tipo.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of...
Aspetta.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be...
Andrà male. Aspetta, era rosso. Ah!
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Are you alright? This looked pretty...
What is going on there? Are you I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't...
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and
Che
closed.
vedo le tre. Che bolle. Il tuo uccello, giusto? Andiamo a cercare l'uccello, me l'ho scordato.
You've hurt hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool? You're only making things worse. A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of bio...
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. Crime fiction. These books greatly overstay. What's more, they completely ignore not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the shelves filled to the brim with a sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. Turns out that there are so many different... You don't have behavioral...
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Ma sì.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminole Islands and in southern Fas. This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird. Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk. And pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and it is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able. You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for
Come si chiama? Cos'è?
Despite its banging name, the Bang Bang cockatoo is
È più
actually the
timido.
shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over. Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo. In the words of poet this is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one
Avevo
are you?
scelto il Majestic. Ah sì,
You're right. Your Majesty
ho
embodied.
trovato il mio
This
uccello.
big
È stato magico. L'uccello più esibizionista di tutta la giungla. Stai piccola.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Ho poca suggestione. Ok, torniamo dalla signora. È vero, regalano quello degli squali, mi sembra. Che volevo provarlo, mi fa ridere, stanno giocando giochi carucci. Ho visto giocare... Ragazzo, non mi ricordo bene. Mi sembrava un sacco caruccio.
Excuse me? I don't know. The most talkative one? The what now? You truly are one strange cop, aren't you?
the woman before you, not
Oh mio. Sing, add me a bulldog. Ok, che hanno annunciato. So che tutti quanti stanno guardando.
The purity of snow
Eh sì,
always reminds
oh.
me of the purity of a man's soul.
Minchia, leggendario.
If he's got principle. Ah, yes. King Philip the
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine snorting
Sono abbastanza bottiglie per fare qualche
spiccio.
spiccio.
cocaine. Cocainum.
Sono 9 reale, siamo ricchi, che dico, ricchissimi.
Just imagine.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king.
No, non ho iniziato, sono andata avanti. C'è lavoro, non so quanti giorni duri il gioco. Da sola sono solo arrivata al secondo. Sono più o meno dove ero rimasta per conto mio.
Of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects.
Ovviamente
This is
Dio,
something the
giochi che sono
insurgents
molto
never
interessanti.
understood.
Quanto dura un giorno? Un giorno puoi giocare fino, mi pare, che si sono tipo le 2 del mattino, mi sembra. Cioè, volendo puoi stare fino a tardi o addirittura stare sveglio. Cambiano un paio di cose. C'è un gioco in cui sei una mosca. What? Simile da quelli che hanno fatto il panino, quelle cose lì. My god. Così abbiamo fatto un solo giorno in 3 o più live intere. Perché vado molto piano. Cerco di non... In realtà sta scorrendo il tempo mentre sto qua a parlare. E sto cercando di... Tipo, prima... Anzi... Cioè, adesso sto cercando di stringere un po' solo le conversazioni con tipo il razzista di prima, l'ho fatta un po' veloce. Quando iniziano a parlare tipo di arcipelaghi, di quelle cose tecniche, non è per qualcosa, ma sono tante linee di dialogo e vado un po'... però per il resto cerco di far tutto quello che posso fare. Tipo il primo giorno ho fatto tutti gli appartamenti, ho fatto dove stanno facendo la rivolta, poi sotto dove c'è il negozio e il ponte per l'altra zona. E ho già preso la mappa, la busta, poi altre cosette. Ho già pagato la camera stavolta. Nella prima partita che ho fatto, volendo poi farla pagare a Kim, mi dà una mano. E adesso devo pagare un'altra cosa ancora, ma sono tipo 20 real, ce la posso fare. Un po' di pazienza.
Elysium is only as strong as its lead.
Don't get started on that. The Carabiner doesn't reply.
Cocaina!
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine.
Vabbè, chiarezza della visione, ovviamente. E chi è che non ne fa uso di sti... Giustamente. Elettrochimica ormai va a puttane.
Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor. From what I've seen of the
È
officers
bello
of
farla
the
arrabbiare.
Right.
Basta. Non so se sbagliarlo me lo lascia... Andiamo a lui.
I have really outdone myself.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on.
Honey, it's a little... Hello, officer. How might I
Non
be
ho ancora
of
chiesto lui
assistance
niente.
of this fine
Ah
day?
sì, gli puoi chiedere del panino pure.
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and... No, officers,
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with...
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything.
Respect?
I'm not.
Ma perché? Non
Of course
pressiamolo.
he's holding back. His mouth is so full of union prick he can't even...
Mamma mia, però calmi.
Finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it. Hit that everyone in Martinez knows the club.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history.
The old soldier mumbles something under. There he stands, proud.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member, not in the technical sense.
Pare che il tempo non passi normalmente. Nel gioco? Io non ho indagato tipo tecnicamente il gameplay, il tempo, i giorni, cose così. Io non so.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything.
Allora, mentre cammini in giro non passa per niente.
He's a Vezavane.
Davvero? Cioè, passa solo... Cioè, che tipo adesso sta scorrendo quando parlo. Passa solo quando aspetti. Quando parli, quando ti sei sulla panchina. Che strano.
I hate this socialist rabble. But even siding...
Writing work mostly.
E a quanto pare quando parli scorre solo quando picci una nuova risposta. Ecco perché quando parlavamo con la tipa al porto, siccome erano tanti dialoghi, ho schiacciato un sacco di volte. Quindi lì tipo si erano fatte 2-3 ore de botto.
Oh, nothing official.
Tipo
I assure you.
55. Se clicco quanto
Just
diventa?
essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how...
Well, he tells his little pen man
Mm.
exactly what to say. It's
Devo iniziare a leggere una frase. Pare non avanzi. Che tipo che scorreva.
No, thank you. For being...
Devo restare per i
I'm
pagine.
sorry, officer, but I really don't share food.
The only one you have.
Ma da.
Oh, that's good. That's
Minchia
very
retorica
good.
per farsi dare un
You
morso di un
must have
panino.
other business then? Oh, the goal is to throw you bull. That's the cochonnet. Well, first,
Ah, gli rompo
you
le
draw
palle
a
su anche le
circle
cazzo tipo
about
in
a half
questo
a
caso il gioco
meter
delle
in
bocce.
diameter.
Perché dovrebbe
We
darmi
held
esperienza se non
ours
sbaglio,
out of
più
rope.
prendi informazioni anche a cazzo.
Then the players aim to throw their bulls. I could, but I'd rather not. I don't want. You'll put that knowledge to good use in 20.
I don't like where this is going, officer. Don't
Mm.
you think we should do something else now?
Ti prometto sulla tira di bocce.
Hurry up then.
Che dici? È solo un modo per riuscire a tirare un morso al mio panino. Ed è condirlo col mio sangue. Ma... Allora, oggi... Ci sono cose che posso fare? Ah, non l'ho fatto. Io ce l'ho calcolo visivo. Aspetta. Non ci credo che non ho controllato la finestra. Ne ho trovato solo... il quaderno... il mio quaderno, tutti i miei casi, fascicoli. Però non ho trovato né il badge, né pistola, né nient'altro di... Mi ricordo nella mia altra partita avevo trovato almeno la pistola. Non sicura. Faccio un attimo vedere la finestra. Perché se calcolo visivo facile forse posso farlo ed è più esperienza. Strano che non l'ho fatto prima. Poi in realtà qua molte cose le farò solo la sera, mi sa.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape. And not where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of...
No problem, officer.
Ah no, giusto, non
This
ce l'ho
fan
ancora.
has two chain pull switch.
Però la finestra dovrei farcela.
The window stands broken
Facile.
in its frame. Cold wind blows it. The shards
Che
face
cazzo?
outward. Whatever broke this window
A casa tua?
inside.
Jeez, girl, you live like this?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor.
Raid da Fidek con 5 cristiani. Che cavolo ci fate qui?
Welcome! Ho passato un po' le listen. L'avevo proprio mutato adesso più basso, mi stava stordendo, se no. Come stai? È andata bene la live? Grazie mille per il raidino. Sto cercando di non morire nei modi più goffi. Stranamente sta andando bene.
It is too large
E senza voce, perché?
piece of furniture.
Bellino.
You're looking for something
Parlato troppo?
and larger
Non
than
hai...
your fist.
Dimmi che non hai falsi climatici, stai bene? Mi preoccupo. Da me ultimamente c'è caldo atroce, poi temporale e poi di nuovo, quindi il tempo è stranissimo. Un'ora e mezza di commento alle conferenze mi ha fatto chiacchierare troppo. Ah, ok. Chiedi pure, Nick. Ti è piaciuta? Io il primo anno che in genere la faccio sempre la live dove la commento anch'io, però... Un Resident 5 come pausa. Thank you! Grazie per il follow. E poi delle scene si passa tramite il rapporto sessuale.
The shoe you found on the
La
balcony
ragazza me
fits
l'ha
the hole
passato.
almost as well as your
Chi
foot.
l'ha passato a
It would have also
lei?
been heavy enough
It's a good
if
question.
thrown with force.
It's a good question. Oh, ecco perché la mia scarpa era fuori. Oh.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. And maybe, just maybe,
Oh, ha senso. Ok, è stato utile. Cercando di vedere un po' cosa fare perché è un po' complicato. È una camera che ha preso in affitto da sto posto per risolvere questo caso qui che in realtà è da una settimana che lì il corpo passa e lui è da mo' che è qua che dovrebbe risolverlo, ma tra una cosa e l'altra è una lunga storia, cioè, penso poi pian piano si capirà perché tipo sono anni che tra alcolismo tipo, non è che tipo sta male perché l'altra sera ha bevuto, lui è da anni che ha perso la memoria perché tipo la sera prima forse ha avuto la crisi, era embriaco, ma già cioè lui soffriva già da anni di, a quanto pare, di appunto d'alcolismo. E come tutti quelli lì alla centrale, tipo l'altro tizio, se non sbaglio, Jean dovrebbe essere il suo partner di quel distretto dove stanno loro, che tipo Kim è di un altro distretto. E a quanto pare due distretti diversi stanno collaborando per cercare chi ha ucciso chi ha ammazzato e appeso il tizio c'è un sacco di cazzate da fare, tipo annusare cose e bere cose. Che devo trovare altre prove. E... Vediamo. Esatto, è una discarica, per questo non riesce a fare quasi niente delle cose base. Tipo, molti si sorprendono che tipo... Nice. Perché, cioè, fai conto, sto gioco è famoso, la morte più veloce qui, tipo il game over più veloce è di 8 secondi. Tipo in sto gioco... C'ha 3000 modi diversi di morire, ma anche forse la speedrun più veloce, perché hanno fatto tipo le speedrun per le cose qua delle kill. Allora, la morte di 8 secondi mi sembra che tipo all'inizio... o provavi tipo a guardare qualcosa di tipo una luce, oppure era sempre la cravatta. Tipo la cravatta quella appesa nel ventilatore è il primo motivo del perché tipo tutti fanno game over con quella, perché il primo giorno tutti quanti provano a prenderla, ma se ti impunti tanto a prenderla potrebbe o slogarsi e cadere, oppure si strangola e 3000 altri motivi assurdi. Perché appunto è una discarica. Non ho ancora parlato con lui.
a simple little cadence. He seems to be making.
From another planet. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanations
Un'altra
given.
morte famosa di sto
Workers on
gioco
strike, scabs
è una
agitating,
sedia.
an all-around clusterfuck.
Praticamente a un certo punto qualcuno ti chiederà di sederti su una poltrona. A seconda di che statistiche hai, potresti morire in maniera diversa, sedendoti. Non mi ricordo bene com'era, ma era sto memino famoso di lui che prova una bella cadrega e non si rifiuta mai.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever.
Capite
Like I
crisi
was
quando
born
si
on this here
dimentica come ci
roundabout
si
and this was
siede.
all I ever knew.
Stessa cosa.
Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Non ho mai fatto questi dialoghi con lui, diciamo così puliti normali, perché appunto c'è una missione da fare con quest'area qua dei, appunto, dei trasporti dei camionisti. E quindi quando ci ho parlato era già subito per sta missione qui. E non me l'ha ancora data quella. Prova di ricordarmi dove cavolo stava il badge. In realtà il primo giorno ero riuscita a fare un paio di cose la mia vecchia partita. Qua è un po' strano.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole...
Behind the laugh, however.
So tell me, what do you need? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. They're still...
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. The bosses, man. Makes sense. It sucks is what it does.
Bagno e letto. Faccia pure, tranquillo.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the dock. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Anything else? Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. If you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end.
Onesto.
Most have scurried off somewhere.
Io sono investo per sbaglio quel minchione al buio, spero di no.
Not my thing.
Spero di no.
Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, he tries his best to look nonchalant. But
he ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All account of...
It's easy to see he's telling it.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging... Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. Not unless they've a legalized sports equipment. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo along.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest.
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much. I miss my family.
Aww.
They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way. Waiting all the way in Diora. And here, Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. What about you, Copman?
No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss, but thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone. And I know it wasn't easy to ask. Don't be a stranger.
E possiamo andare. La cosa è buona a sputarli.
The tear machine stands in the... Your bottles clunk into the
Wow.
machine and the money appears. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo?
Elettrochimica rotta il cazzo. Scusa Alexa. Io se dico elettrochimica parti. Proprio la stessa cosa. Vabbè, dove andare? Alexa è elettrochimica. Alexa, stop. Mi ha messo una musica a cazzo. La scappoletta riposare le corde vocali e acchiappati per favore e riposa bene. Grazie ancora tantissimo per il redino. Alla prossima, sogni d'oro. Notte, 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 notte. Ah, questo non lo voglio fare. Ah, e provarli, ma non ho detto che riesco a farli, però mi sa.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants, and the material appears to be ceramic.
Ceramica.
Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee, delicate and fragile. They feel alien to the... These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly part...
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabaton, ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide, most likely. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500VE.
A small bell-like sound fills the air.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic reduction.
Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by... If trees were made of porcelain, this is what... The smooth, glossy surface
La Madonna,
fractures
dettagli.
the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either
Ok,
station
possiamo
can
andare a
choose it
dirlo
for
alla
us.
radio.
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually... No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. They usually hang them completely naked for that.
Fucking talking about underpants.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabulary for a full set, about 4 years of wages.
4 anni di stipendi.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them? It means disciplinary hearing.
The lieutenant nods
Yeah.
often. It's part of his unplastic expression rate.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez.
He's not actually sure of that.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard...
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push...
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do... What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? How many clues do you need? You already found an... There's no way you're getting them off.
You're sure there's a way to peel them off. But first, the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracked.
Processing will take care of them. With
the cadaver slowly twists. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below.
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying car. Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention. I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You? Yes, it often is. This bell worries me. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See this line? This makes getting him down much more. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering.
The cadaver hangs. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus.
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination. I agree.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat
la
pocket
cosa.
and pulls it open.
Let you get sunshine.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physics. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse, his eyes are milky white and blind to dark brown hair grows on his head. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment.
I'm gone. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. Go ahead, Cobbo. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go.
Qualità comica di domande.
Coming right up. Copperoonie. Fuck no. You're no room. Between you and me, your name is probably... You can be anything you want, brother cop, because you have.
L'hai visto? Cosa? Ah, il micio! Però non vi siete scontrati.
Love did me in, brother Copo. It was love all along. Sure, Lobo. I can... Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here.
Avanti, devo
Why are
averlo
you
svegliato.
investigating my murder?
Non era tipo era tranquillo però.
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
Ci sta per savoir faire. Ah sì. Tornava dall'acqua alla sua solita sedia.
Do I remind you of someone? You sure wriggled out of that one?
Per
Coppellini.
preso tutte le sedie del salotto e ti vicini a rompigli le balle e passa da un'altra. Yeah.
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Oh. Perché devo chiederglielo?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you? Captain Coppodromo? I fear we are drifting away. Maybe I was getting my rocks off. It's a mishmash, Coppabolo. You think... No.
Di Messina.
My hair is too light a shade of brown. My eyebrows, too. Trust your inner racist. You think I am. You think I was a racist because this... I know what this means. More questions. Come back later, Cop.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you, only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue.
How should I know why you are squinting, officer? Oh. You are trying...
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color.
So, what do you think?
Penso che sia morto.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the...
Totally dead.
Totalmente morto. Morto, 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 morto.
Dabadoob-doob dead.
Ma?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet. And the noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the...
The victim appears to have contained no more...
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Girati e urla. Non so se farla.
Maybe.
Aspetta.
A pool of...
The victim...
The fuck...
Talking about...
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard.
Big said he's a...
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
Sorry.
But there is no breath.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo.
Of course.
No, perché
Come
sono
back
tutto.
later, Corpo.
Io avrei fatto tutto, onestamente.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged. The pattern still kind of has an ethnic feel. Gone. For you to discover. You've gotten as far as...
Puttana.
does Kuno care?
Non te l'ho mai... Non sto a fermare nessuno. Ormai.
Fucking right, pig. Kuno's filling bathtubs with that shit. Fuck no, pig. Kuno ain't dealing to the popo. No.
He's got to at least know a source.
Ma guarda
You
sto
need to befriend
bimbo.
him first.
Ho bloccato automaticamente. Ma porca miseria.
The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant.
Mi
The
ricordo
armor's too big for any man.
perché avevo sbloccato la pistola in un'altra partita. E per far scendere il cadavere puoi sparare, puoi tentare di sparare la corda. Solo che a un certo punto uno dei ragazzini, la ragazzina mi pare, continua tipo a gridarti per sfidarti. Poi ti rompe un sacco le palle. E tu volendo puoi spararle, tipo poi tipo talmente tanto ti incazzi che spari verso di lei. Non so come va a finire, che non l'ho mai fatto. Però
Kuno
c'è
doesn't
come
give a
possibilità.
shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
L'hai buttata?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
Ah, vediamo.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea.
In mare.
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno.
C'era
Kuno
un'armatura
doesn't give a shit
ultracostosa e
about
l'ha
material
buttata.
shit. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly... Yeah, cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some So yeah, he's the one you wanna talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending... Fuck are you talking about? What is this?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Di menarlo.
Where's the fucking shit?
Mamma mia.
Your test.
Get lost.
Mamma mia. Voglio provare comunque ad abbracciarlo prima o poi. Cioè,
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
buttare un 5 dita da meno a un orecchio di quelli che fa la ruota, madonna. A volo. Ok. In realtà potremmo provare a farlo scendere.
There
Ho
are
fatto
several
tutto in realtà.
footprints in the mud, left by work boots.
Ah, non ho
Anywhere
fatto
from 6
questo.
to 12 pairs have
Yeah.
walked here. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work
Non li avevo fatti gli stivali, mi
steel
sa.
reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing. Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots.
Sono uno di quegli stronzi là.
Putting them
Devo
on the
cioè,
seal
sono stati
is
loro,
easy.
devo...
Make 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel 4. Standard work boot. Number
Ma quanta
5.
gente.
Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 6. Light as air. Same make of boot. Better late than never, detective. The whole 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 8. Another standard work boot. Number 44.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardy Boys. That's all? Interesting. Then one
Manca
of
uno.
them seems to be missing.
Note to self. This would be a good question to ask Titus. Where's the 8th man?
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy Boy. The one with his front teeth. Yes, well, he did look a bit like a rat. You're right. Do you think those prints belong to him? I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not. 200. This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say...
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes. Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. I wouldn't be surprised. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for... Perhaps it could be a driver.
Oh,
Driver would wear on
I
the
didn't know
right
they...
shoe before the left. The
Camionisti.
accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you. looking.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. A week, maybe? 7 days would feed.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperature.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here.
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardy Boys.
There's one pair missing from the Union box. The 8th pair. Yes, I doubt the Hardys are going to tell us.
Ok, posso provare magari... Anzi, prima... doppio. Ormai.
The man before you is...
So am I. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Sta andando bene, è abbastanza spedito. Allora, il ramo, vabbè, lo propongo un po' tutto, poi vediamo che...
Climb up there and... So there has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
Oh.
Ecco la cosa da sparare, te l'avevo detto.
Yes, the buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the...
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence, with his elbow sharp, and producing a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking...
He's gonna fucking miss!
The chip's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes
Credo
off
che sia
the walls
buggato.
of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts.
Buonasera, come
The
stai?
lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
Thank you, grazie mille. Credo che è buggato, sta sparando dal lato opposto.
God damn it.
he feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly.
No, perché da me ovviamente è perso il tizio. Sarà...
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking
preferisco
handicapped,
non
is he?
dirlo. Lolita, che tu stai bene.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno...
The lieutenant doesn't.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can... It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you.
They only have one gun!
Oh, da Fidek!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
I got a gun!
Pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light.
No,
Your
infatti...
fingers fit right
Madonna.
through the guard. Instinctively
Mi
resting
aveva raccontato pure la storia originale del... Oh no! Oddio, lo no di quella... Oh! Madonna, di quella... L'artista.
What are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot...
The
Attenzione!
buckle comes into focus in your sights.
Vediamo.
You
Ora
stand
scarsissimo
with your
il...
feet planted firmly in the...
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
This isn't mere boundary pushing.
È
There is a
rosso,
true
no.
suicidal rage in the kid as she's provoking you. Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves.
La ragazza, vero? Adesso vedi, aspetta, l'occhio magari mira meglio.
Glimmers.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Ah, non la vedete voi? Dove mi metto? Tipo... Shoot me! Shoot me!
Don't.
Ciao Hank! Shoot! Io rimango qua giù. Ho ancora piccola merda.
Put it right here, Mulka. Right here.
Ma tanto sbaglia. Ed è rosso, quindi dovrò ricaricare. Vediamo.
You hear an explosion within the weapon in your hands. The branches, a plume of smoke has erupted from the barrel. The little monster, she is disappointed,
È delusa.
trapped, entangled in this world, all because of the continuously...
Learn to shoot.
Mi metto qua.
Whoa, see? Pig tried to shoot you.
Yes, Kuno, I can see that.
Una bestia ancora viva. Posso farlo? Muori cazzo.
You sense nylon moving somewhere to your
Vedere poi
left.
l'animazione di
There's
lui gliela
motion in your
lancio.
peripherals. Then it's all... The gun has left your hand, still numb.
I think you're underestimating the gravity of this situation, officer.
Vedi perché è un gioco bello, ti mette di fare ste cose.
We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down.
Ok, però ricarico che è un po' troppo puttana sta cosa. Più che altro è che volendo potrei ritentare. Nel senso è rosso, se magari avevo... Vabbè. Preferirei non parlarne. Anche a prendere quell'8%. My god. Tu piuttosto come va? Ancora complimenti per il lavoro che hai fatto vedere oggi. Tranquillo per la cosa, ogni volta quando finisci di renderizzare, caricare insomma, sì, caricarlo, perdonami. Proprio finirlo e salvarlo, si scorda qualcosa. A me succedeva con altra roba d'animazione. L'ho fatte queste, vero?
What do you see?
Meno stanco del solito. Meglio così.
The man before you is...
So am I.
Ed un po' veloce
The
che...
cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the... I was really hoping we wouldn't. Okay, they do have the tools and the men. And since it...
But what other options? The corpse twists.
How? It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how...
Yeah, now we're talking.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno.
Silence, and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim.
He's gonna fucking miss.
The pig's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off.
God damn it.
He feels bad about it.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped. Kuno's sorry.
The lieutenant...
No, we are lucky as any more mistakes could... I have to say, it's beginning to look unlike someone else. You mean like...
Non noi siamo la
the
polizia.
police? Someone already did. You know who came? We did. I know it's hard, but I assure you, climb up there and there has to be a less risky way. With less falling down of trees.
Che lo devo comunque chiedere al porto.
It's bad as it. Go ahead.
This is the. Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka.
The buckle.
Why don't you just shoot yourself?
This isn't mere boundary pushing. There is a true suicidal rage in the kid as she's provoking you.
Oops.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the... You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest.
No!
Bits of rib...
Che schifo! Non ci ho mai giocato, però mi immagino la stessa.
It feels dry. Nothing comes out of you as you stretch and bend. The lieutenant watches you jerk some tears. Your shoulders shaking and your eyes dry. The gun begins to slip.
La Madonna. Oddio, un game over.
Despair creeps into you.
No.
Weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had, you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Oddio, ma sono io oggi praticamente. Madonna, quanto è meta.
He watches you melt down stoically. From nothing you can say would...
Non ho mai fatto un game over. Credo sia un game over.
Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned
Cos'è?
from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while."
È la prima volta. È la prima volta che mi
Cop's
succede.
partner, commented. Sergeant Mac Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying,
Comunque sì, puoi avere i game over quelli tipo psicologici, cioè quelli del morale, e poi quelli invece fisici. Non so cosa sia peggio, forse quelli morali sono più deprimenti. È stato very fucked. Mio Dio. Quanto realistico. Mi fa senso, ho avuto quella discussione con la mia testa oggi. È inquietante. Beep.
"The man before you."
So am I. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. I was really hoping we wouldn't.
But what other options?
Okay. Okay. Let's do it in the lousy, dangerous way. To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to... Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches!
Ma che cazzo?
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. He's a dangerous and corrupt...
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's bitches.
Magari... No, ma non c'è nelle opzioni. Comunque avrei girato a vuoto, devo comunque fare questa. Mamma mia. Sono le 12. Posso farlo la sera magari? Rapporto.
An intricate web of blue.
Ah,
The
lo so,
pattern
già fatto.
still.
Quindi... leggendario, madonna mia. Bottiglia.
Give me a moment.
Abbastanza, ci mette parecchio a caricare da un posto all'altro. Qualche motivo. Tanta roba che devo fare, madò. Questo è più sicuro che riesco. Anche questo posso farlo, di chiedergli.
Yes?
Sì, a parte la svolta sexy nel caso. Rosso? Bianco. Ci provo.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal one. You should be
Ah, donna, non di
ashamed.
nuovo.
It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back.
Vieni. Mamma mia.
It's right to abandon you.
What do you want to know?
Ok, la gara del piscio.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with one.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoilsport.
Che carino.
I have, on a few occasions, when I was young and foolish, smoked hemp.
La Madonna.
Okay. Style me.
Non lo so se fare...
No, I don't. I used to. Plain clothes did the trick. Was there anything else you wanted to
Niente.
ask about the competition? Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Mio Dio, però.
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right. You look dumb
No, non
if
volevo...
you keep the lieutenant waiting for 2.
Faccio più fatica del solito a tenerlo in vita.
You hear someone whoop a poor community.
Ah no, forse era exit, ho sbagliato. Devo andare dove c'era la signorina. Devo tornare dentro. Non so bene che fare. Ah, sono già quasi le 2. Stavo anche pensando, tanto vale che stacco un po' prima. Per ne approfitto per una cosetta. Una bruttissima sensazione. Una brutta... Beh, almeno oggi tipo ho finito la cosa del cadavere. Cazzo di giro. Ah, una cosa. Qua c'era una roba che volevo. Tiene paura che sia crashato questo loading? Sì. No, 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 mi fa venire l'angoscia perché ci metto davvero tanto. Penso sia perché non l'ho messo nella... non è sulla SD. SD? Ricordo male. Quindi forse è questo che è un po' lento. SSD. Sì, poi la prima volta che ci stavo armeggiando per fare la cosa della mod è stato un po' un parto. Guarda come si fa ad andare dalla tipa qua. Sì, era di qua. Tanto c'è anche domani che spero sono un po' più di buon umore. Anche se dubito. Che potrei fare poi la follia di portarlo tipo tutti i giorni. Mamma mia. Sono 6 giorni colpa del condizionatore. Ti c'è proprio addosso. Ah, la riccanza. Una bottiglia alla volta. Vabbè, avere tipo l'aria condizionata che va spesso in faccia negli occhi ti fa quell'effetto sonno. Domattina presto si spegne col timer, fa rumore e mi sveglia. Riesco per io ad addormentarmi. Ah! Devi per forza tenerlo col timer. Beh, immagino di sì, se no muori di caldo. Va, sciol. Ora, yeah. Vengo alle 10. No, però che fa rumore quando si spegne. Direi che scendo di sotto e riprendiamo. Vengo prima di addormentarmi, ma mi sveglio in piscina. Ci credo. Che bello sto consiglio. Non aver paura di dire cose strambe. Lo dice un poliziotto plausibile. Devo studiarmi meglio come si livella qui. Perché a parte chiacchierare a manetta. C'è un botto di roba e mi devo un attimo. Sto finendo anche cose per fortuna. Anyway. Salvo qua. E ce ne andiamo in chiusura.